Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 3-5 and second in the NFC South division. Now, I'm sure Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans and people who are non-Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, like myself, wasn't expecting this team to go 3-5 and to have this many troubles like almost halfway into the season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a flawed football team right now. For starters, their offensive line isn't very good. It has not done a very good job of protecting Tom Brady so far in the season. Tom Brady has been hit and sacked in almost every game. Week 1 against Dallas, he was sacked 2 times. Against New Orleans, he was sacked 1 time. Against Green Bay, he was sacked 3 times. Kansas City, he was sacked 1 time. Atlanta, he was sacked, but we all know what happened there. Pittsburgh, he was sacked 2 times. Carolina, he was sacked 1 time. And then Baltimore, this past Thursday night, he was sacked 3 times. So his offensive line has not been doing a good job of protecting Tom. And this team has been riddled with injuries. Earlier on in the season, Tom Brady's wideouts, like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, were having a hard time staying on the field. Well, Mike Evans wasn't really injured, but he decided to get into a fight with Marshawn Lattimore and then got ejected from the game. And I believe he was suspended the next game. But Julio Jones hasn't really been a factor. No surprise there. Going into this season, I thought that with the signing of Julio Jones and Kyle Rudolph, especially the signing of Kyle Rudolph, that him and Tom would try to develop that Gronk and Brady type of connection. Because anyone who has seen Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski play together would know that they are a potent duo. But I thought that Kyle and him would develop that type of connection. Well, Kyle hasn't really seen the field all that much. He made his debut against Atlanta, and he was only targeted, I believe, 2 times. He dropped 1 pass, but you could say that that ball was a bit too low. And as far as Julio is concerned, I thought that teams would try and take a chance on playing him one-on-one because he's not what he used to be. He can't really stay healthy. His body keeps giving out on him. So if Kyle and Tom were able to create that dynamic that him and Rob had, then that would create some problems for the defense. Maybe defenses would try and double team Mike Evans and Kyle and take a chance in going one-on-one against wide receivers like Chris Godwin and Russell Gage. But that has not been the case. Guys can't stay healthy, the offensive line can't protect Tom, and Tom Brady himself has not looked all that great. He's missing the usual throws that he normally makes. So far, he only has 1 interception on the year, but he probably should have at least 5 by now. He's taking some terrible throws. The balls are going into the ground. They're going over the wide receivers' heads. Even the completions that he does make, the wide receivers have to make a bit of an acrobatic catch, and they can't really keep their balance and be able to create yards after the catch. I don't think that they're running the ball a lot more than they should be. I thought letting go Ronald Jones was a huge mistake because he is by far their most explosive back. Now, he doesn't really show a whole lot of patience when he's trying to get through the line of scrimmage, but once he hits a hole, he's pretty hard to stop, and he's a lot faster, and I think he's a bit more stronger than Fournette is. But I don't think they're utilizing their running backs a lot more, and I think defenses are catching on to Tampa Bay's game plan. Maybe Todd Bowles is not the answer. Maybe they need to bring in another offensive-minded coach or try to bring Bruce Arians back. Who knows? Also, Tampa Bay is not cashing in on their opportunities. They're getting into the red zone, but they're coming away with 3 points or nothing. And then against Carolina, Mike Evans drops a wide-open touchdown pass. They couldn't convert on a 4th-and-1 situation. Against Baltimore, they had a special teams blunder, so they're starting to shoot themselves in the foot too. So can Tampa get out of this rut? Because I don't think the defense is the problem. I don't look at the defense and say that they're just getting steamrolled and they're not playing up to their potential. But you can't really lean on that defense for every single game to help win you football games. You're going to have a balanced game plan. You're going to have good offensive and defensive performances if you want to get back to the playoffs and compete for another championship. So can Tampa Bay get out of this rut? I don't know. I really don't, because going into the offseason, there was always talk about Giselle and Tom, and I didn't really keep up with it because I don't really care what goes on in these athletes and celebrities' personal lives like a lot of people do. But then yesterday I found out that they got divorced, and I think that at the end of the day, that people forget, including myself, people forget that yes, these are rich athletes and rich celebrities and entertainers, but we also forget that they are human and they still go through stuff in their personal lives as well. And I think that with this whole Giselle thing and Tom trying to deal with that off the field and trying to focus what's going on the field, I think his family has been weighing down on him throughout the season so far. And now that they're divorced, that may still play a factor. That could be a reason as to why he has been playing so poorly. But this could be a good thing because he probably knows where he and his former wife stands. I'm sure the children obviously know what's going on, right? Duh. So them getting divorced could be a good thing because he doesn't have to worry about his family issues. He knows how things are now, so he can probably just focus on football for the rest of the season and worry about his personal issues when the season is over. With all that being said, I still can't count out Tom Brady because it's Tom Brady. Every time you think he's dead in the water, him and his teams always seem to rise up and reach that pinnacle of championship success. So yeah, please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.